Hello friends, welcome to Testimony Tuesday. You know, sometimes I think that God allows us to go through experiences not because of the experience, the sake of the experience so much, but for the sake of teaching us something through that experience. A couple of things like that happened to me recently. One of them was Jonathan had just been sick, and so because of that we had just kind of stayed home and not gone out. You know, he didn't have COVID, but still it was just like, let's just stay home and we don't want to infect anybody else or worry anybody else, so we stayed home. And it was like 2 weeks of being home, and maybe not quite done. It was like over a week of being home already when we were thinking, okay, it's about time, we should be able to go back out and, you know, exercise with people and whatnot. And then I got up one morning and I was like, oh no, like I felt like I had a sore throat coming on. I did not feel that great. And I was just immediately like, Lord, why? I mean, that was kind of the question that I really wanted to ask. Like, how could you let this happen to me when Jonathan's just now getting better? And then am I now coming down with what he had? And he was sick for like a week. And so I'm thinking, he was sick for a week, maybe I'm going to be sick for like a week. And then, you know, we will have been stuck at home for a really long time. And even in those moments when I was like praying that morning and just trying to sort it all out in my head, God was speaking to me that really I needed to just surrender. Like, it wasn't about how long we got stuck at home. I needed to surrender. He's in control. It's okay. And it was like throughout the morning, the thought kept coming back to me sometimes like, oh, like, God, why are you allowing this to happen? But God gave me peace. Time after time, it was like, it's going to be okay. Whatever happens, it's okay. And you know what? By the end of that day, I was doing pretty good, and by the next day, I was perfectly fine. So we didn't end up getting stuck at home for an extra week or week and a half, and I'm so thankful for that. But just even more recently than that, another experience happened where I went to do a withdrawal at the ATM, and there's this thing in Thailand where it's like you can select to have it show you how much money that will be in US dollars, or you can just not have them show you how much it is in US dollars and just do it with the Thai currency. But the thing is, when they show you the US amount that it will be, it's like it ends up being more than it would have been if you didn't ask them to do the conversion. And so the ATM machine I was using was with a bank I'm not super familiar with using, and it popped up this screen like showing the conversion, and I'm like, where's the button to hit no? Well, usually where it's like it shows there on the screen like you can hit yes or no, there was nothing. And so I just hit like one of the buttons hoping that was the no button. It didn't dawn on me, maybe I could just go hit the cancel button, but anyway, sometimes you learn the hard way. So I just hit that button and it did it with the exchange. Like, it did the conversion, and it was just like, it was like $28 that like went down the drain in my mind, completely lost needlessly. And it just like, oh, I felt so sick. I was just like, oh, like, why did this happen? But again, it was like the Holy Spirit was speaking to me like, it's not about the money, it's about, are you willing to surrender these things? And so God really has a way of allowing circumstances to come our way that really are not the end of the world, that might feel like the end of the world, but it's because he wants to teach us a lesson. So my encouragement to you is, when it seems like one of those things is happening to you, it's going to be okay. Let it be a spiritual experience, a spiritual lesson that you can learn from, that you can grow closer to God in, and it will be a blessing. Yeah, some things might not turn out quite the way you hoped, but with God, it'll all be okay. I hope that's an encouragement to you. God bless.